Hello and welcome back to Jabbermouths. This is the show where we fuck around and watch some weird, fun movies.
Like every other podcast on the internet.
Hey,
There's a lot of podcasts that don't watch movies. Actually, I would say a vast majority of them.
there's a lot that really do, though. I was just going to say that people got lucky and caught this one, and hopefully they like it, but,
We're original.
please, somebody fucking
Do you
pay
think
us.
we're the first one to watch two Ninja Turtles movies, though?
In a row? Yes.
I hope so, because I don't think most people are going to stomach through that first one by today's standards.
I feel like the minute we put these up and then it turns out, oh man, you haven't heard about the #1 podcast, Ninja Turtle Mike? Ninja Turtle Mike watches everything Ninja Turtles. Have you guys not seen Ninja Turtle Mike?
I'd be like, fuck that guy. Fuck Ninja Turtle Mike. He don't know what's good. He's wearing them rose-colored glasses, man.
I tattooed my skin green to be like a turtle. I'm Ninja Turtle Mike.
I'm just picturing a dude with like a fucking brown shell just glued to his back, and he's
Bald.
What?
I like a mustache. Imagine.
I want to know what color Ninja Mike's bandana is. That's what I want to know.
He has a body pillow of Master Splinter. Oh, gotcha.
Anyway, so this week we watched the second 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, Secret of the Ooze, directed by Stuart Gillard. It made significantly less than the first movie. It made significantly less than the first movie.
Michael Pressman.
That's not what I have under director here.
I have...
We have different directors between the IMDb and the Google
page, yeah.
Somebody directed this movie.
Wait, no, this is the wrong one.
This is
You're
Secret of
looking-
the Ooze. Oh, I'm looking at
No.
the third
You're
one.
looking at the third
Good job.
one.
Wow.
You spoiled the director of the
Oh,
third
yeah,
movie.
because everyone was really dying to know that. Who directed that steaming pilot? Whatever, we'll talk about it next week. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I thought, I saw it a ton as a kid, because we talked about this. My grandma had it on VHS when I was a kid, and I watched it all the damn time, and then just put it in that rewind machine, put it right back in, and as an adult seeing it again, I had a really good time with this film.
I felt... I also watched... I rented them a lot from Blockbuster as a kid. Remember Blockbuster?
No,
Oh, man.
No, I don't.
And I remember I rewatched this one the most as a kid, but I think that was just because of the flashier effects. But going back and rewatching them now, I still feel like one is better.
I see why. I do.
So, as somebody who hasn't seen anything, just in general, I like the first one better. I still think I do. I couldn't get past the Star Wars syndrome in this movie. In every single fight scene, there's somebody in the background standing around just like waving their arms or like doing like the Mortal Kombat like
It
Yeah.
looks like they hired a bunch of background actors from like 80s and 90s jazzercise videos where they're just paid to stand there and like do this and like just like kind of move back and forth while the people actually do the moves in front of them. But okay, let me preface this. I think one tried a lot harder to be an actual movie. Like they tried a lot harder to have a really coherent story and be a little more real and like what's it like to take these, fictional characters and put them in a real setting. And that's fine and dandy. 2 threw that out the fucking window.
If
though.
I may say.
You may, please.
2 is it's the same, I would say, like, with all 80s and 90s sequels. We're talking cocaine producer meetings. It is just the blowing rails. Boys, we made a hit. We made a fucking hit. Let's do it again, baby. Ninja Turtles 2, Gremlins 2,
It's true.
Homeward Bound 2, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
shout out to John Mulaney. Anyway,
Back to the Turtles.
Are we gonna do our?
We can do a recap. I mean, I feel like we tried to do a recap last time, and it did not go that well.
I mean, we didn't really do a recap. We just kind of went.
I think we just kind of talked about shit.
Regular. We just talked, and I liked that.
I'm okay with that. I'm down for that style.
We gotta start with the first scene.
Pizza, baby, New York pizza.
Why does it matter? Is my question.
What does the pizza matter, or why do we start with it?
No, why does it matter how we talk about the film?
I don't know. I'm just saying that pizza everywhere.
We're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. I don't know.
Pizza everywhere.
Okay, that was a weird opening scene.
Just everyone eating pizza.
They're like, they gotta send it home. All the toddlers in the world need to know that New York is pizza central.
I mean, yeah, because it brings back memories. I remember watching that shit as a kid. I'm like, hey, Mom, I want a New York pizza. And she's like, we have Papa Murphy's.
Anyway, pizza in New York.
Pizza in New York.
Oh, see, that's all I could think about. You know, it's actually funny, you know, like, looking at, like, all those things, like the super stringy pizza.
It was really stringy pizza.
And here's the funniest thing, is I hate that now as an adult, because there were too many times as a kid. This is why, even as an adult, I'm still afraid to eat mozzarella sticks. I fucking love melted cheese. I love it so goddamn much. But I eat it too fast, and I don't chew properly.
You're such a child.
And then you have this string of cheese going down your throat, and it's so uncomfortable and awful, and you have to, like, pull it out of your throat. And I've done that so many times. So then watching all the pizza scenes, I'm like, that's a delicious mozzarella, but I can't have it.
I really want to laugh at you, but I've had it happen also so many times. Not with mozzarella sticks, but like with, well, yes, with them too. But with pizza, have you ever had it where you bite the crust, but you didn't bite hard enough for the cheese to split? So you pull and the cheese keeps coming, and it's hot as fuck, and you just want to get the cheese, but you're burning your hand, and your mouth is on fire, and you just wanted to enjoy the pizza, man, and you're in fucking hell too right here.
What we're saying is, fuck mozzarella.
No.
Mozzarella's great, but it is a
it's dangerous for children.
It's the most dangerous of cheeses.
It's a terrifying mistress. So our boy, what was it, Kino?
Quinoa.
Is that what his name was? Quinoa.
Quinoa, what are you doing?
It's not like it matters. We don't learn his actual name until almost halfway through the movie. You're right, he doesn't.
He doesn't come back for the sequel, so who gives a shit? We can name him Boobity Bobbity for all we give a damn.
That's a point. Anyway, Kino is a pizza delivery boy. That's how he ties in the beginning, and then he stumbles upon a bunch of people robbing an underground mall.
I think he's delivering pizza to April O'Neil's house or apartment, because he says it. He says, "Oh, April O'Neil," as he's walking in, and then he sees around the corner,
and sees the robbery.
The Fast and Furious robbery is going on.
And I love how they were all like, "We have to only wear legging stockings over our heads. Anyone else brings anything, you're out of the fucking heist, all right?"
I love that word. Just 20 guys, the pantyhose gang. That's it. That's just 20 out of shape guys all carrying pantyhose.
But the first thing he does is when he sees Kino, he takes the mask off.
What do you do? And then puts it back on.
What's the point?
Yeah, well, see, that was one of the first moments that I started to love this film as an adult, because it's stupid and gaggy and campy, and I enjoy that. Like, I don't by any means defend this movie as a good movie. I defend it because it's good to just not give a shit about any reasoning and just have fun with the dumb shit. Because then the turtles show up to help Kino fight these 20 pantyhose boys. And they just do dumb, wacky hijinks and beat the shit out of like 25 grown-ass men.
Yeah.
Like, I love when Donnie is the clown thing going back and forth at the beginning of that
drugs. Totally on something.
Oh, man.
Donnie's a fucking card, this movie. He really is. That's something I also love. He gets a huge leap from the first movie.
I did appreciate that.
Right, he gets like nothing in the first movie, and then it's like Donnie right there, front and center, for a lot of the second one. He's the only one with a really fun arc, and the only one with a kind of serious arc. Gets a really cool companion. Does a bunch of cool sciencey shit. I like it. Raph kind of has to take a step back this movie. And Mikey just is same old dumb shit Mikey.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I thought it was funny, the only goddamn time in the movie I could really remember Leonardo using his swords is in the beginning, where he stabs him in the ceiling to use them to pull up and kick someone in the face.
Yes, I will agree that is a huge problem. It's because of censorship, basically, right?
No, it was because of, like, parents.
From the first movie to the second movie?
Yeah.
Well, the parents pushed for censorship, and so they pretty much never used their weapons. These turtles who are iconic for their different weapons, never... I'm pretty sure Raph never even unholsters his sai, except for when he's throwing through a piece of pizza.
Oh yeah, he uses it to shish kebab pizza. I will say that. See, that's a huge. That was a part that really pissed me off, and I think that's like a real knock against this for me.
The pizza stuff.
Well, no, just so many times of them not using their weapons, and so many shots of suddenly I don't have the weapons. Suddenly, like there are so many times where Leonardo just like continuity errors of just running in no swords, swords, no swords, swords. Like the same. Also the same with like Donnie. And it genuinely made me mad because, like in my head, I just want to scream, use your weapons! Just use your weapons! And apparently only Donnie got to use his.
Yeah, because this was literally a wooden stick.
Yeah. And then it's also funny, like, they even downgraded the fucking Foot Clan. The Foot Clan that run around with axes and swords in the last movie. Like, they seem like legitimately scary. They burn down a building. And this one, they're just these guys in the back that just the wooden sticks, like, if you get close, I'm gonna bop you.
Well, they even like poke fun at themselves because they just sit like even the turtles are like these guys are fucking pitiful. Like there's a whole part in a fight in the dump where a bunch of them pile drive on Mikey and he just like wiggles out of it and they just keep going like there's still something there.
Right.
And Mikey's just like that's fucking pitiful, and it just cuts to the next. It doesn't even show any like them figuring it out. It just cuts to the next thing.
I think that's a problem. I think with like a lot of kids media that always pisses me off is like when you have. Like, like with a lot of villains, where they're both supposed to be intimidating and spooky and also jackasses. Like, because, like when Kino shows up to, like, try and infiltrate the Foot Clan, hey, you're going to do this test for them. And yeah, it's just regular martial arts, just people fighting each other. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. All right, now remove all the bells from this dummy.
Without making any noise.
And blind.
And blind. Go! And then just
How
something...
do you recruit based on that?
Yeah, who's passing that test in New York? Like,
because clearly it's not the guys hanging out with fucking Shredder.
Yeah.
You have that big Chonkers. There's this one really fat Foot Clan guy. I'm calling him Chonker's Foot.
He is Chonker's Foot.
Chonker's Foot. He's just fucking hanging out in the background.
How did he get in? How did he get... I just want to know.
He got grandfathered in from the old Foot Clan, which was just cigars, Coke, and pizza.
Well, he was the one teenager who made it through teenage
Yeah.
years and stayed in the Foot Clan.
Or if anything, I like to, it was actually nepotism. You take off the mask, it's Tatsu's nephew.
I am here. Because he forces me to be.
Thanks for the job, Uncle Tatsu. Yeah, okay, just put the mask back on.
No one wants to see you.
When am I getting paid?
No one wants to see you, Tenzin. Put it back on.
So I feel like the only, I guess, it feels like the only actors to really return.
We got Tatsu.
We got Tatsu, we got Shredder.
And we got the goddamn police commissioner, baby! He is such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's just a monument to how police are terrible in 90s movies.
Everyone else was replaced.
Everyone else. April, half of the voice actors for the Turtles. I feel like half of the actual people in the Turtle costumes were replaced. Because they, like, redid all the puppets.
Yep.
To make them more individualistic.
I liked that.
I think
that's a pro.
It was a good touch. Although, I don't know why Mikey has to be smaller than everybody else. To be the Joker. I don't know. I'm just saying. It's weird. It's weird to me. Considering none of them seem that like different anymore in terms of like experience level. Like in the first one, Raph was more of a badass than everyone else. Like Raph was able to significantly fight off a lot more than everybody else. In this one, it's like whatever. All y'all are fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like none of them. Like I liked more. What I'm getting at is, I'm gonna say the whole thought. The first one did a better job of having them be more individualistic in terms of their abilities and like different levels they were on, and this one does it more like physically they're different and they have a little bit different of actual personality. You know what I mean? So I mean it's a 6 1/2 dozen of another for me in that regard. Why are you attacking?
He wrote it on his hand. It's all written on his hand.
You piece of shit! I didn't actually write. I'm getting fucking. I don't like it. I don't like what's being done to me right now. Because I can't prove my innocence. Some bullshit. I was just trying to say the full thought because I tried editing our first one on this, and dear God, if you don't just say everything you mean every time, and I try to cut around it, I'm going to blow my brains out if I can't get it to work.
So here's one I noticed, I guess, with like turtle personalities.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of them stayed the same. Well, at least Donatello and Leonardo I felt stayed the same. At least in the sense of like... Well, I want to say in voice acting.
Okay.
I feel like they toned down Michelangelo a bit, like less cowabunga. But for some reason they said...
Sorry, go ahead.
You know, on the New York dial for Raphael, they're like, crank that shit to 11. I want the most New York fucking turtle I've ever seen. I really want for the third one. They're gonna crank it even further. He has a gut now, a little bit of a double chin, and he's always wearing a Yankees hat, sipping a beer. Who's this fucking Shredder fuck? I thought we fucking killed him.
May I bring us back? I'm going back to Donnie because he's my boy in all these movies. May I bring us back to at the beginning with the fucking bobblehead thing? You thought he was high. I think they cranked Donnie up too. Because Donnie's still like scientific boy and gets to be scientific boy. But he does such dumb, stupid shit in this movie and I love it. And Mikey just has a bunch of dumb jokes. Like they're never big and like out there, but they're like bad and bad enough that all the other Turtle brothers are like, fuck you, Mikey. I don't want to talk to you right now. Go away. Even Raphael or even Master Splinter is like, go do fucking flips in the back room. I don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
You're the pain in the ass kid. Get out of here.
So as somebody who doesn't know the Ninja Turtles, Donatello's supposed to be like the
Poindexter, basically.
The smart kid. Well,
He
so
does
all
computers.
we get is him typing on a computer and then failing. And that's the first I've seen of it in the two movies, really.
He does the chemical shit towards the end with the guy.
Yeah, a little bit.
With the homie who knows all about the ooze, because he probably oozed in the ooze at some point. But, yeah. Like that. I mean, that's what you get in the movie version, you know? That's the best that these coked up producers could come up with. Is like, hey, he's gonna fucking hack this computer. He's also like 16, right?
Yeah.
So like he's a kid doing a lot for somebody that age, academically speaking.
I think it's also just the the limitation of the film, because then in every other Turtles medium we really do see Donnie as an inventor. It's like, hey, I made us this tricked out car. Hey, I made us all these cool gadgets.
Extremely. After the third one, which is gonna hurt us the most, I'm sure.
It's gonna hurt.
We're gonna watch the animated one next after that, yeah?
Yep.
The 2007 one? 2007?
Yeah, 2007.
2007. That one does a lot more to show justice to each of the characters. A lot more.
What I have to keep reminding you is 2007. We had this conversation for
I don't
the
like
past
2007.
2 weeks. You just keep saying 2007.
I don't know.
What,
I don't know.
Fucking Alzheimer's? Like, what's
I
going
don't know
on?
what. I was 10 in 2007. I don't know what traumatic event happened, but I. In what world
What
is
a
that a
flex.
humble brag?
I don't know.
How is
no
being
way.
10 in 2007? I'm saying I don't know what it was, but clearly something happened
In
that made me have to
2007?
blot out all of my 8-10 year, because he has to keep reminding me that movie came out in 07.
I just like to imagine just tiny 10-year-old you. Oh boy, I can't wait to see. I don't know why I did the higher pitched voice, but I like it. No, that.
My voice was a lot higher
I can't
pitched.
wait to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then just next thing you know, you're just waking up in a ditch, just like, what happened? What happened? And that's it.
That's all I have.
And then your parents are like, it's Christmas. Happy 2008.
One day I will go on a mystical spirit journey with all sorts of psychedelics, and I will relive that year as a 10-year-old.
I don't think you want to. Now that I'm hearing this, I think something really bad happened if you can't remember. Because I remember I had a great 2008. Let me tell you.
You had a great 2000.
2007.
Really? Because the world didn't? Okay, I was like, 2008.
Sorry.
2008 is
actually,
not considered a good time.
I did also have a really good 2008. It was
Nah.
starting middle school, just...
My mom got laid off in 2008, so like it wasn't the best time for my familia. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anyway, moving on.
Random question. As a kid, did the year end on Christmas for you guys? Like,
Oh, yeah.
In your head, when
Oh,
you
those
look
last
back,
5 days did not
did
fucking
not
blur.
matter,
Blur.
right? It was
No.
it was part of the
Yeah.
next year, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
I would just hang out
okay.
watching TV, and then suddenly New Year's, and let me tell you something. I love bagel bites, and but I only got them on New Year's. I remember
Oh,
my
really?
mom was always like, "Here's apple cider. Here are your bagel bites," and I'm like, "Fuck yes."
Do you know when I started remembering those last 5 days? The year we got an Xbox. Do you know why? Because we would get a video game on Christmas, and
then
those
you
next
just
5 days up to New Year's were just like
Xbox
junk
Central.
food, soda, fucking hurricane of me and all my friends. Just whatever games we got that we all had, just playing the living shit out of. Like 6th grade it was Halo, 7th grade it was still Halo, 8th grade it was Call of Duty. 7th grade people, my boys, Black Ops came out. I think when I was in 7th grade, the first Black Ops game. Mm-hmm. My boys didn't like it. A lot of people went from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops and were not a fan. But Black Ops was my first Call of Duty, so it was my baby.
Black Ops was probably the Call of Duty I played the most.
It was my first one.
Because I played it at our friend's house without my mother knowing during sleepovers.
That's beautiful. My parents wouldn't let me get Modern Warfare 2 because of the terminal story mission. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. There's a mission in Modern Warfare 2. Barrett knows this one because you played all the Infinity Ward ones, but not all the Treyarch ones, right?
Yeah.
The terminal mission Modern Warfare 2. Barrett, you know what? Hey, you tell us about it.
Do you remember a cool thing? It's called fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. The goddamn reason we're fucking here. You remember that? Hey, do you remember that?
I don't know. The segue went somewhere, and I was just letting it go somewhere. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. We'll get back to TMNT 2.
No, let's talk about
Modern Warfare 2 had the murder
of shooting scene. Yeah, let's talk about that. That goes to TMNT.
Yeah, there's the terrorist scene where you're a bunch of Russians in a Russian airport and you murder a bunch of people.
Yeah, I don't really see how that blends with Ninja Turtles.
They should have been killing people. That answers that question. Well, they should have. They really should have. Don't fucking look at me like that.
All right, I guess. Fuck off. Anyway, I know the one thing I always want to talk about the most is you know, in all these films they emphasize, you must stay in the shadows, my son. But they're always the worst at it. They're always like, you know, on rooftops that aren't even that tall. Like, I really want, like, in one of the scenes where, like, you know, Master Splinter's talking to them, like, as they're sitting on a rooftop, there are a bunch of other buildings around them that are much taller. So I just want to hear someone in the distance with a thick, stereotypical New York voice. Are those fucking turtles? Is that a big fucking rat?
Ma'am, you gotta get out of there. That's a big fucking rat next to you.
Shoes. What the
I'll protect you, lady.
Just throwing beer cans.
And April's like, no, they're heroes. What are you on, girl? Throwing shit at them.
Like that just all the bit like, you must be stealthy, my sons. Okay, let's just hang out in broad daylight.
Well, they don't even learn a lesson about that by the end, because at the end they're in the fucking newspaper.
Well, like, there's the scene, they're all in the living room, and I don't remember which one, like, goes out the window, like halfway out the window,
and yells about Shredder. This was during the exposition, because this movie, for some reason, had to recap the first one. Mm-hmm. And fucking Raphael talks about how Shredder died by, like, dramatically throwing his head out of the window and screaming about it as if he's not a giant anthropomorphic fucking turtle. And if someone sees him, it's going to cause a whole fucking city panic. Anyway. I gotta take this jacket off. I'm getting sweaty, getting heated about some of these moments. Keep in mind, I still enjoyed the movie. I really did.
I know, you know, it's really great they brought Tatsu back, but just like the first one, I feel like the man was just way too soft-spoken, because you can easily tell he was ADR'd with, like, how intense his voice is versus his face movements. But I realized the one thing I did love the most about him was just simply Ninja Vanish, where he yells, Ninja Vanish, and throws a fucking golf ball. And I want to do that. Whenever I want to leave a room now, I just scream, Ninja Vanish! And I just chuck a golf ball at someone. And
I really wanted to... I want to see the behind the scenes of this for the only reason that I want to know what Tatsu's voice was really like.
Yeah.
And how hard it was for people not to laugh on set if it was Ninja Vanish and throws the golf ball.
See, I was just
and the director's just like, we're going to ADR that, right? Yeah, we got to. We have to.
I don't know. I like to imagine it's a very casual, very regular... Because I mean, they also, like, you know, the ADR like gives them like kind of like a more stereotypical voice.
Oh, extremely. Like they go overboard, like to the point where it's like
Ninja Vanish.
Well, Tatsu's the only one in a like 70s Japanese movie that was then ported to the United States, because his lips never match up properly.
Yeah, he's always wearing the robes. But yeah, so I like to imagine it's just a very casual, like, just Ninja Vanish. Yeah. Hey, like Shredder. We got beat by the turtles again. Hey, sorry.
Yeah. We didn't want to ADR him for the second movie, too, but goddamn, he's such a nice guy. We had to ask him back on for the second movie. He's a great dude. Really great dude. Brings donuts every morning. I love that, man.
Donuts are a big piece of this
I was
movie.
depressed when I found out Tatsu wasn't in season. I don't know. No, Tatsu's not in the third one. I don't think Tatsu's in the third. What happened to Tatsu at the end of the second one?
He ran away.
Is that all that happened?
The turtles bopped him with their shells, probably broke his ribs.
Oh, yeah. His ribs. Yeah, they broke all his... They put him in the hospital. That's just the end for Tatsu. I'd like to think that the rest of the Foot Clan came to visit him in the hospital with, like, in full uniform with, like, flowers and chocolates. And he's just like, ninjas, vanish. No more for me. And they just and he throws one last golf ball, and then the EKG just and they all cry as they disappear in the smoke.
I must ninja vanish. for one last time.
Just tell that to your kids on your deathbed in the future. Ninja vanish. I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
I don't have health insurance.
Okay, off Tatsu. I want to talk about Shredder again, because I thought he was eBay bullshit in the first one, but he found a way to, like, one-up himself in this one. He's wearing these dumb, like, sequin purple robes.
Oh, yeah. And a full cape.
And it's, like, assumingly, because that's the first time we see him is in that outfit after he just clawed his way out of the garbage at the dump.
Which is now their home base.
Which happens to also be their, like, fallback point for some reason.
Well, remember, everybody knows that the junkyard is our plan B or whatever is.
Why the fuck is this the junkyard? Anyway, but it's presumably he never changes out of that costume, and they're in a junkyard. None of them are bathing, except maybe the kids who get to go home at the end of their Foot Clan shift. You know what I mean? That's it. So Shredder must smell fucking terrible. Like, no one must be able to be within a foot radius of this man without the Foot Clan can't be in a foot radius without just being destroyed inside. Like the spy who was sent to check on April, but he finds the mutagen.
Yeah,
Freddy, and then he finds the mutagen at that basically toxic waste dump, which is what created the turtles. He comes back and he tells Shredder about it, and Shredder gets mad and he freaks out. I like to think he freaks out just because Shredder turned around, and that was enough to waft all the grossness right in his face.
Here, take this dandelion. It smells better than you do.
Right? He's just like... It's like, this is not what I told you to do. Oh, fucking tell me when you're going to do that.
But also, see, I feel like maybe another thing is, like, you know, obviously the Foot Clan army is reduced, and I feel like Shredder is just not good at positive reinforcement, because, you know, Freddy brings back the big flower, and he's like, this is not what I wanted. But this is pretty good. Hey, man, why don't you appreciate his work? No wonder everyone's leaving you and you're living in a junkyard.
Yeah, it's fucking
You're
true.
a bad boss.
Well, he even says, like, this isn't what I wanted. It might be better. Maybe you shouldn't lead with that. Maybe you shouldn't make me feel like I'm about to get hit, Shredder.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you. The Pepsi and cigarettes aren't worth it anymore.
I'm worth it. I'm out of here.
Now pizza.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I will admit, when they go to the toxic waste dump to try to find more ooze, it does fall off there for me. When the turtles like try to go figure out their origins more, then it kind of falls off for me.
It's the epitome of Star Wars syndrome.
Then it's just a bunch of dudes dancing in a circle in Foot Clan masks. It's not a fight scene.
I want to hire people like that in my life to intimidate someone. Like, if I know I'm going to have a conflict with anyone, and this can be for the most minor thing, like I'm going to return something to a store, like, hey, here's the receipt, hopefully they give me back, and then just a bunch of like just ninjas in the background just like doing, you know, that that bob and weave, the slight, like,
you gotta do it. He's doing
the slight crouch, you know, they're bobbing their shoulders, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna fight, and they're just gonna stand behind me while I'm just sitting there, just like,
and they're never gonna fight.
So the toaster didn't work. I'm just returning. Here's the receipt.
The girl behind the counter's like, who are the badly dressed ninjas behind you?
They're my muscle in case things get a little too intense.
One of them looks like he's 400 pounds, sir.
That's what are you calling him?
I called him
Chonkers.
Chonker's foot. Chonkers.
That's Chonker's foot. Next to Tiny Foot, Little Foot, and Big Foot.
Chonker's foot.
Okay, I love how Shredder tries to go about this though in this film. He's like, "Yo, if you can't beat him, join him. I'm getting my own mutants."
Get me that ooze.
Right. So he steals the fucking ooze from
and
the
he
radioactive
steals the scientist.
Yes, they kidnap the scientist who makes it.
Okay, well, I feel like everything's going. I think we're all, you know, coming to the finale. Because I feel like I've kind of exhausted my points.
I haven't, because you know what? We haven't even touched Toka and Razor yet.
Oh yes,
we haven't even touched the two main fucking.
You're right.
Not main antagonists, but I think very important antagonists in the film. Because Toka and Razor, for those of you who don't know, Shredder steals a fucking husky and a snapping turtle from a zoo and gives it the ooze to make it
turtle from the Central Park Zoo is
basically to make them giant monsters to fight the turtles. Except Poindexter from the radioactive lab intentionally fucks with the ooze to make them stupid, Is basically what he does.
Just randomly through
It's like
dialogue.
in the last like 20 minutes of the film, he's like, "Oh yeah, they were made stupid intentionally. It wasn't an accident. I did that." But Toka and Razor are just victims in the whole thing. Like they're just victims.
Yeah, they really are.
They're not bad.
They
animals.
deep-throat fire extinguishers at one point.
You know what I would
Yeah, well, they just think Shredder's their mom
Yeah.
because it's the first thing they imprint on. Even though when they get turned back later, they're like clearly fully grown animals. They're not infants at all. I'm just saying.
Well, what age were the turtles?
Well,
they were actually tiny baby turtles.
babies?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, here's what I will say. I want to know how many children this awoke in 1991. We're talking about Toka, this big, muscular wolf man with pecs and abs. You got to admit, there's a child sitting in that theater who's just looking at that screen going, huh.
I'll give you 1 in 30 kids. I'll give you 1 in 30.
1 in 30?
1 in 30. That's a lot. That's not a lot of kids, dude.
That's a lot of kids.
It depends on how many saw the movie. It grossed half of what the first one did. I'm serious about that. I looked that up. I know Ethan's fact checking me right now, and he should be because I have said dumb shit.
You've
in the
said
past
a lot
before.
of things that have come back to bite us in the ass.
Bite? What do you mean us? If anything, it would bite me.
You're right. You're right. It's just more deleting footage, but
yeah.
Thank you. I like to imagine
for understanding. I'm just ruining the podcast, not your reputation. Thank you.
But yeah, just like his just beautiful pecs and muscularity and just that dog face, and you're like, God damn! Just their children in that theater going, huh. Okay. And then, of course, then a few years later, same kids in the theater. They're sitting there watching Space Jam and going,
and it's Lola Bunny, baby.
And they're going, oh no, this is even worse.
I'm not gonna lie, that awoke me a little bit. It was Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny didn't awake you?
I didn't see.
Have you never seen Space Jam?
He watched it with us.
You watched it with us.
Yeah.
But like you see what I'm getting at.
No,
what I'm
yeah,
saying, right? Like
I was like going as not as a kid.
Like a 10-year-old seeing Lola Bunny, like that fucking.
I'll tell you what awoke me.
I was not 10 when that movie came out, but that was the first time I saw it.
I'll tell you what awoke me because it's the OG. Just Bugs Bunny and drag. Just cut out the middle, man.
That's a good point. Oh,
Bugs Bunny and drag.
Actually, you know what the first animated thing that awoke me was? The fucking chick from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The girl who wears the red.
Oh, no, Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
Fucking everything woke up when I saw that woman for the first time.
You want to know who awoke for me?
Yes.
I would definitely say Shigo from Kim Possible.
Yes.
Absolutely. Get her green plasma hands on me.
So much
Let's
yes.
go. Let's do this.
And Kim Possible. In the episode...
Kim Possible got me.
The episode where Kim gets, like, brainwashed to like Ron and wears that blue fucking... I can't believe I remember this. The weird things we imprint.
Right.
Yeah, that shit... I was like, I want some of that in my life. That's when I found out that I like when girls are very, very forward.
Okay.
That's when I found out that's what I was into.
You remember this thing called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No, not anymore. No, okay. Shredder's costume is garbage. That's the last thing I think I added.
Oh, that was...
It's actually literally kind of garbage because he's in a dump.
He comes back from the dump, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we were on Toka and Razor. That's what we were still talking about. What else is there to talk about Toka? They're two big, dumb... monster mans who are like way stronger than the turtles but also like way stupider, right?
And just get like beat on the entire film.
They throw the I don't know, every fight they're in they don't necessarily lose.
No,
they just don't outright win.
They're just babies.
Yeah, they're just
trying to
babies.
please their mama.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Aren't we all?
Which is why they didn't deserve getting fucking fire extinguishers shoved in their throats.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. But
it's how they could go back to normal and live normal animal lives.
This is a good point. Although, I think it would have been smarter to keep them both on the payroll and, like, educate them. Well, because you could have a dude who could literally, like, grab with one arm a person and throw them, like, 80 feet away. I think that's a good thing to have. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That is true.
Would have been the smart turtle move.
I just remembered. The single greatest edit ever made.
Yes,
we didn't even talk about this.
I have been waiting to bring this up until we were done. There is an edit in which the Turtles and April are talking about things, and they're like, by the way, where is Splinter? Master Splinter. And they're like, he's been up on the roof for a very long time. What's he been doing up there? Coming.
And it's just like pans to Splinter
3 solid seconds of silence as they slowly pan to Splinter after he already said coming.
And then they finish his line with,
To
a decision.
But
And we laughed. We had to pause it. We laughed so fucking long because it was too good. Because we spent a lot of last week's podcast talking about how Splinter's got such an active sex life with raccoons.
Fucking raccoons.
And it feels like from the past, these people just knew.
yeah,
They understood what Splinter was about because they just inject this great sex euphemism. I imagine for the adult, because there's no way that was unintentional. That was an intentional thing that they put in there. So it had to be like Shrek, where they put in like adult humor for the parents.
Yeah.
Right? It also makes me sad that they water down Shrek as it goes. Anyway, that's not relevant.
That is really... I mean, it's green, but...
Should we watch Shrek at some point for the podcast?
Maybe.
I'd be down for the Shrek
I have
movies.
not seen Shrek in a very long time, so
How many of the Shrek movies have you
One.
seen? Just the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Shrek 2 is where
It's gonna blow your dick off.
Don't
You
get me
heard it
wrong.
here first, folks.
I like my
Shrek
dick,
2.
though.
Shrek 2
blows your
blows
dick,
dick.
off. In a good way. In the best way.
The best blowjob you've ever had.
As a movie.
And or getting eaten out? I don't know. I'm trying to appeal to the female listener.
See, I was more seeing it as you get so excited your dick literally explodes. Like,
I don't think I've ever thought of that as a good thing.
I don't know, maybe you achieve such euphoria before you die that it's like, I've seen God. And then
Ninja vanish.
Ninja vanish.
Oh, that'd be the worst thing, dude. If you're on your deathbed and your fucking whole family's around and you achieve euphoria and your dick explodes. That's what, like, your grandkid has to remember you by is just
Your
his
dick
extremity exploding onto his fucking face.
Why don't we just move the conversation along? Let's talk about the ninja rap, JD.
That's great. Okay, so they figure out some sort of chemical to turn the victimized Toka and Razor back into homies again, back into normal animals.
Into a dog and a turtle.
Yes, they say wolf, but it's a dog.
It's
totally
It was a dog.
Which is dope, because they had double the fucking budget. They had like $23 million to work with. They couldn't get a wolf on set for 20 fucking minutes?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like I bet it was a wolf, but it was like a smaller breed of wolf.
It could, it could have been technically a wolf. But what I'm saying is they could afford a real fucking wolf.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
true.
they could. Because, anyway, they are fighting Toka and Razor and get thrown from a random, like, scaffolding construction site.
Yeah, the next door is a rave.
Into an underground fucking rave, yeah. That Vanilla Ice is headlining. And this is one thing that kind of weirded me out. Because everything stops for a minute when they all come in. Because everyone's freaked out because they think they're real turtles for a second. And then they think they're turtles in costumes. But during that time, a beat starts coming in. And Vanilla Ice kind of digs it. And he's like, hey guys, follow my lead. Who put that beat in? Who brought the beat? I want to meet that guy. Because he knew. He knew in that moment. Oh shit, this is my time to shine. I've been waiting for these fucking turtles all night. Let's do it. Let's make something happen. Let's do some magic. I know I'm going to impress Vanilla Ice here, baby. And he did. Vanilla Ice was like, follow my lead, boys. Ninja, rap. And everybody jumps in. No clap. Oh, am I killing the... Oh, yeah. I'm totally killing it.
But anyway, yeah. But, see, I like to imagine it was just like that moment in Back to the Future where there's somebody on the phone. Hey, you know that new ninja rap sound you've been looking for? In an underground rave? Well, listen to this!
So they keep fighting Toka and Razor while everyone is dancing around them.
Like, this is so cool!
While Vanilla Ice is up here rapping about turtles and just loving it. And they beat Toka and Razor. They shove the fire extinguishers down their throats. And then
I want to imagine the person on drugs there. I want to imagine where they... And then the green men came in, and there was a big wolf.
There was that giant
oh my God.
fucking snapping turtle. And he was just flailing around. And then
the turtles were also ninjas.
They each had different colored headbands. Maybe that's like how they could tell which one they were, dude.
And then everyone's like, yeah, we all have our own Coachella stories. Settle down.
So all the Foot Clan come in and then they joke while they beat the shit out of the rest of the Foot Clan. And then they take the stage with Vanilla Ice and party while a girl has been following them who just wants to fuck Michelangelo. Like, there is a girl who unapologetically is just all over Michelangelo.
That's true.
And follows them on stage. And then Shredder shows up again for some fucking reason.
And decides to just stand on stage and not actually attack them. He just stands there.
No, he takes the
menacingly.
He takes the
turtle
groupie hostage.
And he's holding the Ooze.
Then
they actually turn up the crank the amp to 11 and they shoot him out of there.
Yeah.
They shoot him at the ceiling.
They make the fucking speaker explode, and somehow that's enough to propel Shredder like 100 feet.
I would like to imagine he went deaf for the final fight, because then they had to fight Super Shredder, but just imagine, like, he is deaf.
I can't hear! I can't hear!
Well, he can, because he, like, chooses death in that, because he drinks the last of the ooze, and his armor grows with him for some reason.
His spikes get bigger.
As he becomes Super Shredder. And his dumb sequin robe grows pecs on the robe. But Leonardo's he basically destroys the dock that they're at to cave them all in and kill them. And Leonardo's like, listen to reason, you're gonna kill us all, dude. And Shredder just straight up is like, I don't give a shit. If I kill these turtles, it's worth it. Throws him, keeps doing it, even though there are clear escape points all around the dock.
Yeah.
Until the very end of the scene.
Then they open up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're turtles, by the way.
Yeah. And they survive. And then there's that little moment where you're like, oh, is Shredder back? He sticks his hand out of the wood and all the debris. And then it just falls.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, Shredder must be dead.
Now he's really dead.
He must really be dead. Guys, he didn't get up that time. He must really be dead.
And he actually really is, because he doesn't come back for the third movie.
No, I think in the third one, it's like his ancestor that they fight. I actually think it's like the ancestor of Shredder.
I would like to imagine if they kill that guy, and then like during like a fight, like in the first movie, like he just starts fading from reality very violently. Oh god!
Oh, I love that no matter what he's wearing, whether he has a mask, doesn't have a mask, he always has the Darth Vader voice.
I'm gonna try to find this for the third one. There is a gross Ninja Turtles video I need to find.
Don't tell the viewers about this. They're gonna look it up.
Well, no,
we need to garner
look it
views.
up. I need to look it up.
We need to garner views. Tell them about it.
Well, we'll see. No. Next time, because I can't really fully. All I remember is that these guys covered themselves in like colored duct tape, and then apparently
they
like
go into green face,
and they have like these fake dicks, and they ejaculate on a pizza.
Wait a minute.
I gotta find this.
This went to a whole new level.
Yeah. I know. I've been searching for this goddamn piece of art for years. Where it's just these guys in just duct tape with these fake penises, fake ejaculating on a pizza, and it's in a really low lit room. It's very uncomfortable.
You hear that, kids? Ejaculation. You ain't gonna find this on YouTube. So anyway,
apologies. I was learning about random facts about the movie from IMDb.
Well, tell us some.
Give us one.
So Judith Hang?
Who's Judith Hang?
She played the original April O'Neil in the first one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrong.
I'm not.
Basically, she didn't come back because she wasn't asked to come back because she complained a bunch about the film while on set. She said she didn't like her hair, she didn't like the shooting schedule and all these things, but also she complained about the way that they were treating the stunt doubles. Because the stunt doubles would get... The quote from a Variety article is that they had all these stunt people who came in from Hong Kong who had no union protections. They were getting hurt. As soon as they were injured, they were shipped out of there. It was not the safest set to be on.
Ooh.
And so she was talking about this apparently on set and complaining about it, and so she wasn't asked back. So they just replaced her.
So instead of better work conditions for these stunt doubles, they just went, fucking get the white chick out of here. We'll find some other white chick who won't bitch. That's basically what they did.
So she was a hero.
But apparently she harbors no ill will towards the franchise anymore, and the director and her are now good friends.
That's weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I guess it's not the director's fault.
No, not necessarily. No.
On the stunt double stuff.
Yeah.
It's more like the production company's fault, really.
Yeah.
It's who did this one? I know. Didn't New Line Cinema do the third one?
I think
New Line did the third
one was New Line too.
I don't know if New Line did all of them. I think New Line had to do all of them because like the second one was shooting when the first one was in theaters, so New Line had to do all of them.
Yeah, I guess.
Right. Logic is there.
Another interesting fact that Ernie Reyes Jr., who played Kino in this movie, was Donatello's fight double. And they liked him so much that they brought him back to replace the ultra-violent Casey Jones. Casey Jones got cut because he was violent.
This is important. Movie 1, Casey, or movie 2, Kino?
I would probably say Kino in the sense that he is, I guess he is trying to help. And in the sense, he's more innocent versus there were just too many red flags with Casey. Like, yeah, I like beating up teens. Yeah, I'm gonna give April a very forceful shoulder massage.
Oh, he was totally
in love.
He was totally a predator. He was
Exactly.
100% a predator. That being said,
oh, he's gonna defend him now.
I'm not defending him at all. I think Casey is a terrible person. I think he is a horrible human being, a violent person with violent tendencies, and probably lives in his car. And that's a lot more fun to watch for me than a teenager who knows karate and bitches for the majority of the movie. That's kind of what Kino does.
Yeah,
he kind of bitches for almost the whole movie. And then he is meditating with Splinter while the rest of them are doing the actual climax of the movie. And then he just
really
pieces out. He just pieces the fuck out.
He gets in the way in the finale. You know what? I rescind my statement.
He shows up for like 2 seconds, and then he's gone.
At least Casey Jones compacted somebody.
Because he's not even in the end of the movie. Like, in the climax of the film, Kino is present technically, and that's about it. He doesn't do anything. Except bitch out Master Splinter and then doesn't learn anything from it. Right? Like,
yeah.
At least Casey... No, Casey didn't learn shit. But at least Casey was fun to watch.
True.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch, and
So
don't worry,
They
he's
made
coming
hockey
back for the
references.
third one.
Casey does come back for the third one. I love that.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, Casey and Kino might be in the third one.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I don't think so. But it's technically... Kino didn't come back for the third one? Well,
not according to the IMDb
Is he not?
interesting facts.
So they didn't even ask him to be Donnie's fucking body double in the
I don't
third
know.
one? They were just like, you tanked that part so badly, just don't come back at all. Don't come back. Not even for like the stuff I normally do. Not the Donnie. No. Especially not the Donnie stuff. Get out of here.
No, they just sent him a picture of nunchucks, and it just says, "Don't come to set tomorrow." Don't come.
He is in a bunch of stuff, though.
That's great. Really? Kino?
No, he does not appear again. He's in Surf Ninjas, though. In
Surf
1993.
Ninjas.
That's my boy. Oh, dude.
Yes.
This is off topic, and I don't care. I have to make this point. So many people hate on Surf's Up nowadays. Like, that I've seen in our age group. They're like, Surf's Up was a garbage movie. I don't think so. I love Surf's Up. And that's all I have to say about it.
I also love it.
I haven't seen it.
Interesting. I will say this is also interesting. Is like bringing up Surf Ninjas though.
I am curious about Surf
Ninjas. This did, as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I feel like kicked off, the whole '90s ninja craze. And what we really need because there's I'm mostly thinking about a film that needs to be watched called Three Ninjas at Magic Mountain. And it was,
Is it a Disney movie?
No, it was not.
That sounds like a lawsuit.
Let's see, Hulk Hogan was there. And fun fact, it was filmed all at Elitch Gardens in Denver.
Oh, really?
I know this movie.
And fun fact, they couldn't shut down the park,
yeah.
so they were just people casually walking in the background of a lot of important shots.
I actually know about this movie. I know about this one, and I know about, what's the name of that other movie? There's a movie that shot at Waterworld.
I know what you're
Colorado.
talking about, and I can't remember.
It was like Big Kahuna or something like that.
Yeah.
And Gable Iglesias is in the film because at Waterworld, if anyone ever goes to Waterworld in Thornton, Colorado, I think is where it is.
I think it's part of
Thornton, Westminster, somewhere just north of Denver. There's a little shack called Big Kahuna's, and they loved it so much and also couldn't pay to destroy it and change it. Mm-hmm. So they left it as Big Kahuna's, and Gable Iglesias plays the Big Kahuna in the movie because they couldn't pay Waterworld to change the sign. Like, Waterworld wouldn't do it. Now you know. So the movie ends, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, we are so, kind of done with the movie. The movie does not have an ending. It doesn't have a really good ending. It's literally...
They end with a flip. It literally ends with a flip. Oh!
Master Splinter does another funny. Says it just like that.
Yeah, I feel like this is also, in a way, I feel like this is similar to, a lot of sequels where, okay, here's the momentum of the first one, and, a lot of sequels do, you just kind of drop the ball.
I think, this is why I liked it, though, because I didn't like the first one much. And that's more because I expected it to be goofy because it's for, anthropomorphic turtles who happen to be ninjas with a rat leader who sends them on missions to fight a guy in spandex who pretends to be a samurai but also is a ninja, right? I expected goofiness. First one didn't deliver. Second one over-delivered, and I loved it.
See, I'm on the opposite end, where I felt like the whole time watching the first one, like every single scene, there's something I could tear my teeth into. I loved that. Of just like, this is so dumb, and they take it so seriously, and I love this. But then the second one, let's be honest, like as soon as like they introduced Toka and Razor, I was just waiting for ninja rap. Like I was already like, yeah, talking about the ooze, whatever, just get to Vanilla Ice. I'm done. And who's begging for Vanilla Ice? That's how you know it lost me. Because I'm begging for Vanilla Ice.
I don't know, Vanilla Ice in this is a lot of fun. I think Vanilla Ice is fun. But the other thing that I will say that I think you agree with at least is there is still a good amount of moments in this film, like the first one, where they were trying to be serious, and it was just funny. Like, you know, getting rid of Shredder at the end by blowing up a speaker and sending him hurling out of the room. Like, I think that was meant to be an actual focal point there, and we just laughed. Or, where has Splinter been? Coming. That wasn't meant to be a stupid funny bit.
Or also the scene where Splinter's like, I will save my kids with a bow and arrow. Okay, bye. And he just leaves. He just goes straight back to the apartment. He's like, okay, bye.
I feel like they were almost done. Like, 20 minutes from wrapping that day, and they went, oh, fuck, what does Splinter do? What do you mean? Well, he shoots the arrow, right? Yeah. Then what? Oh, fuck. Get him back in the costume. Get him back in the fucking costume. He's just going to turn and walk that way a little bit. That'll be the insert. He goes back to the lair. That's what he does.
This one feels way more thrown together than the first one does. And I mean, yeah, it's got a year or whatever. But it feels less thought out.
Oh, way less thought out. Well, I feel part of that is, you know, I feel like I'm not going to blame the writers or the directors as much as I'm going to blame New Line Cinema. Because
I'm going to make sure it's New Line Cinema.
If it's new, I am positive New Line Cinema did the third one. But I will blame New Line Cinema purely on the premise that they were making these guys push into production while the first one was still in theaters. Like, these people probably didn't even know exactly where they wanted to go with this film yet. You know?
Yeah.
And so they were probably... I'd be willing to venture to say that some of this stuff was probably being written, like, on set. Like, some of the story beats and some of, like, the gags and stuff like that was probably a lot of improv and a lot of probably a lot of, we're just going to do it on the set. Because all of the Turtles are 80-yard.
It's true.
So they can just improvise on the set, and if they hear something they like, then it makes it into the movie and they 80-yard it later. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think a lot of that comes through. Whereas the first one, they had to, like, pitch it to New Line. New Line had to want it. New Line had to go through the script with them and make sure it was going to be a success. And by then they were like, okay, we want this to be a franchise.
I don't know who was the main production company, but it's Golden Harvest Company, Image Comics, New Line Cinema, and North Shore Investments. So
I'm just going to blame New Line because that sounds
I'm going to blame Golden Harvest because they're not a thing anymore.
They're the presents.
How dare they?
It says Golden Harvest Company presents.
Okay.
But still, the point still stands,
New Line.
Right?
I just don't like New Line Cinema.
Really?
Like, I don't like them that much.
Why not?
They've done a lot of bombs or movies that I just feel like... And this is me going against myself here, because I'm okay with cash grab movies.
You mean the company that did Lord of the Rings?
I don't know they did Lord of the Rings, but it's like they're one-off to me.
Read more, I bet he's
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Shazam, The Notebook.
Wait, they like new Shazam they did?
2019, yeah.
Wow.
Final Destination.
I hate Final Destination with a burning passion, and I love horror movies.
Wow, okay.
I don't like Final Destination.
They did San Andreas.
See, and here's
Night of the Living Dead.
Garbage. Well, is that the what is his
1968
name?
one?
Okay, never mind. That's fine then. Same with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll give those passes.
And all the Hobbit.
We can go through these at some other. I don't think that the podcast deserves this.
See, I think that's. Oh.
No, go ahead.
I mean, I feel like that's another reason maybe I wasn't much of a fan of this one. Is that like, cool, my talking points are done. Versus, oh man, so much more material for the first one. I just felt like ooh.
Well, you say that, but we're 58 minutes in, dude.
That's true, but how many times have we strayed away from Ninja Turtles completely?
Yeah. Agreed. Counterpoint, I think those are some of the best moments of our podcasts. Counterpoint. He fucking looks at me like I'm a fucking dick. I saw it.
Anyway,
we'll see.
So, conclusions?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I liked it. He didn't. You also didn't.
Well, it's not like it's not that I didn't like it. I just think
I don't think Barrett liked it.
I mean, I guess I had a good time watching it, at least the beginning. then the Ooze part, and then Ninja Rap. I like those parts.
You
so
could
that was the
probably-
problem, is I had to pick it apart.
I think you could probably take out the middle 40 minutes and turn this into a half-hour special and it'd be better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. And I think I would like it more too. Middle, you could take out Toka and Razor almost entirely.
Yeah. I think
Bless their souls. Bless
This is-
Toka and Razor.
They're hella dead. They're
Probably.
put down as soon as the film's over. They just put them
don't
down
say
on
that.
set.
The dog probably was. I'm not kidding about that.
oh,
No, not in real life, but
Oh.
like a dog in New York with no owner.
Yeah, true.
That
Okay.
dog probably didn't make it very far. The snapping turtle got to go back to the zoo.
Got to go
The
back
dog
to
got
Central Park
fucked.
Zoo. There's the fucking turtle. How'd it get over here in this rave?
This is like holding up the snap. That's how that night ends. They're still just going. Wait a minute. Dude, did Shredder kill all those fucking people at the rave?
No, what?
He leveled the dock.
He leveled the dock that
He
they're
leveled
all
the
on.
whole dock.
I didn't see any bodies, so I
Dude,
think
did
it's
Vanilla...
fine.
No, I want to know. Did Vanilla Ice die in this universe?
I wouldn't say. I mean, anything. I feel like maybe they like fall on top of the rubble, but I think they'd be maimed.
I hope Vanilla... This is no respect to the Iceman, but I hope Vanilla Ice died in this
You just want him to be.
continuity.
You just want him to be in the hospital and go, Ninja vanish.
No, I feel like he'd be like, yo, I rock a mic like a vandal. Ninja vanish.
All right, but I think in the end,
No ninja, no ninja, no.
Bro ninja, bro.
How's this recovery coming? Slow ninja, slow.
Hey, think we can get him back on tour? Whoa, ninja, whoa.
Yo, his girlfriend just wants to see him. Why? Blow ninja, blow.
Dude, didn't you hear she was cheating on him? Ho, ninja, ho.
Quick, he's got more lyrics. Get him in there. Flow ninja, flow.
in conclusion, as we pass an hour,
Oh my god. I feel like we're going to cut so much out of this episode, though.
it
It's
is
just
a
like
sequel
rambling
through and
bullshit.
through.
It is a stereotypical sequel.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does all the bad things.
It does all the things that sequels really shouldn't. It just rides the momentum and gets goofier,
Now,
basically.
let me tell you about Shrek 2. Now, that's a sequel.
Well, that's why I'm kind of down to watch all the Shrek movies, because I think...
Well, we still have 3 more movies in the Teenage Mutant
We
Ninja
put it in
Turtles.
the
We have 4
pipeline, though.
more.
We do have 4 more.
We're doing the Bay films. We're doing the Michael Bay
Oh wait, there's
films.
2 of them?
Yeah,
There's
there's
two
two
Oh, I
of them.
thought there
Bay.
were 1 of them. Oops.
There's
There's
2
two.
Bay TMNTs, if you will. And that's when we get Megan Fox, April O'Neil.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm not actually that excited either. Okay, all right. But did y'all like
Bay
Megan Fox in
Ninja,
the first?
Bay Ninja.
We'll talk about this next.
No, Megan Fox transform. Whatever. I wouldn't mind doing the Shrek films though. I think Shrek. I think
Add 'em
like
to the
looking back
pipeline.
at it, Shrek 3 might be better
I
than
don't
we
know.
remember. I am gonna regret that phrase. I know I will. But that's a conversation for another time. Yes, no's. 1, 2, 3, go on TMNT 2.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. If just for Vanilla Ice, yes.
Yeah, I think if you're watching
If you watch one, you might as well watch two.
Yeah, right. If you're watching 1, you might as well watch 2 while you're at it. Right?
Yeah, but skip-
they're only an hour and a half long. You can watch Lord of the Rings in the same time. Granted, Lord of the Rings is a way better.
Way
use of
better.
your time.
But
Oh my God.
but I will say,
So good.
skip the third one. Just come listen to our podcast on the third one, because you don't know that to yourself. Just come listen to our podcast on that one.
Here's a hint. It's gonna get super racial stereotypes.
Super racist, super China. We'll see you guys next week. I'm JD.
You mean Japan?
No, it's China. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure they go to Japan. They go to feudal Japan.
Why is it feudal Japan? They're in New York. How is it that, like? How is it a time travel and
Man, we had such a
teleportation
good leaving
device?
off point.
We had such a great leaving off point, but then he said they go to China, and I'm like, no, they go to feudal Japan.
Well, that's how racist it is. I can't tell what they're fucking trying to be racist
you know,
about.
This film's racist, and I'm not. That's what you're trying to say. It's like, no, they're the racist ones for being so stereotypically Asian that I can't tell the difference. How dare they?
Look, they never say sushi, so how do I know?
Oh my god. And with that,
It's staying in.
with that,
I'm JD.
I'm Barrett.
and I'm Ethan.
See you next week.
Cowabunga.